In this video, we're going to get the value of 1 over 1 minus x using the binomial theorem. So we can rewrite this as 1 minus x to the minus 1. So we know the binomial theorem is a plus b to the n is the sum as k goes from 0 to n of n choose k, a to the n minus k, b to the k. Now if we look at n choose n plus 1, so a value of k bigger than n, this will be 0 when n is an integer. So you can look at 3 choose 4 as we need 4 values on the tops. We keep subtracting, so it'll be 3 times 2 times 1 times 0 over 4 factorial, and this will be 0. So we can rewrite this as this sum plus the other sum, but that sum is 0, so we can write that to infinity of n choose k, a to the n minus k, b to the k. So we have this question is the sum of k goes from 0 to infinity. N is negative 1. Negative 1 is an integer, so we can use it. Negative 1, choose k. And a will be 1. So 1 to the k, n minus k is always 1. And we'll let b equal negative x. So we have negative x to the k in this formula. So negative x to the k is negative 1 to the k, and then x to the k. So we have that 1 over 1 minus x is the sum from k equals 0 to infinity. Negative 1, choose k. Negative 1 to the k, x to the k. And now we want to look at negative 1, choose k, for k equals 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. Negative 1, choose 0. Anything choose 0 is 1. Negative 1, choose 1 would be minus 1 term here over 1 factorial, which is negative 1. Negative 1, choose 2. We want 2 terms here over 2 factorial. So this and one of these terms cancel, so negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. And you can keep doing this, so this will be negative 1. So meaning negative 1 choose k is basically negative 1 to the k. So if we look at 0, it would be 1. Look at 1, it would be negative 1. So this sum would be sum k goes from 0 to infinity. Negative 1 to the k times negative 1 to the k, x to the k. So 1 over 1 minus x is the sum. K goes from 0 to infinity of negative 1. So we can add. So negative 1 to the k times negative 1 to the k is negative 1 to the 2k times x to the k. This will be the sum. K goes from 0 to infinity. Negative 1 squared to the k, x to the k, which is the sum. Negative 1 squared is 1, so 1, this would be 1, so 1 to any power is 1, so that's just 1 times k, x to the k. So meaning 1 over 1 minus x is, so I plug in 0, we get 1 plus x squared plus so on. So this is the answer.